What is up, everybody? I'm NoLucksGiven once again with some Once Upon a Galaxy, and a new season brings a ladder reset, but also a few new captains for free-to-play players. There are 5 captains that are now available, and in this video, we are going to take a look at Candy Pandy. The first treasure you discover of each rarity becomes candy. This is going to be my very first game on Candy Pandy, but it looks to be a pretty good captain. And if we take a look at the starter deck, Lancelot and Miseria are both characters in Candy Pandy's starter deck, and they seem really good for the first treasure of each rarity. These 2 treasure find treasures. So that seems like a really good place to start, and we'll see what we can get up to here with Candy Pandy. There is still like somewhat of a desire to go for Evil Stepmother and just get some treasure, but I am going to potentially delay picking up the villains for Evil Stepmother if we can find an early Lancelot. Now, this is also just a 3-1, so I do like taking it, especially because we do not actually have a captain power till like pretty deep into the game. We have to grab some treasures and we have to sweeten our candy in order for our captain to do absolutely anything. However, we do find a Lancelot here, so now we will be able to do some really insane stuff. Okay, yeah, we're off to the races already. Do I want Slappy or do I want Wind Up Toy? Let's just take Slappy, and then I think we'll go Pix. I think this will be the strongest board that we can possibly field at this stage of the game, and it looks like we are doing pretty dang good here. So now I'm going to cast as many spells as I can for... Wait, no, I don't need to cast spells on Lancelot. I'm thinking of Preeminent Prodigy. Sorry, we are playing a totally different game, though spells that sweeten candy are still really good, but this doesn't actually contribute to Lancelot at all, so I'm going to take Pyrat because that will help Lancelot actually get online here. Pan's Shadow is also reasonable, though so is Hungry Hyena. That could help Pyrat hunt and just buff up my slots in general, so we're going to go Hungry Hyena. That is my first villain. I do need to be mindful of that, but I think this will be able to work out nice. Okay, this slot now has +3 attack, which means we could throw Lancelot there, and it has 5 attack. We could throw 2 more buffs on that slot. I'm actually just going to toss this right now. Then we're going to get Slappy. I do want to pick up like a Sugar and Spice at some point. So you can see we are super close. Let's go for Hungry Hyena, though, and just look if there's, yeah, Presence of Gaia. Oh, does not quite get the little Lance there. All right, we'll go for Lancelot, cycle through that. Now Presence of Gaia will get us our little Lance. We have not sweetened our candy at all, but a turn 4 little Lance is still good. And then we will basically prioritize every single candy sweetener that we find for the rest of the game. And honestly, I think we've just won the lobby. A sweet little Lance is cracked. Okay, yeah, this is really good. Now we just go for Gumdrop. I mean, I like Puxatawny Phil, obviously, but we're just gonna Gumdrop Pyrat, and we're gonna feel pretty good about it. Jaws is actually a fairly weird inclusion on Candy Pandy, because it gets you a candy treasure that is already a candy treasure. However, I'm not gonna not pick up a 10-1 here that's also an animal, so it works with the Hungry Hyena. It's just too good of a fit onto this board, but this board is going to be able to do some really nice stuff thanks to this sweet Lance already. So this is pretty cool. Actually, if we put Jaws in the front line, that minimizes its opportunity to actually complete the quest, which is potentially good because I kind of want another candy treasure at, like, imagine you get what's it called? A trash can full of strawberries. My preview card. That is like absolutely insane if you make it candy, which I actually already have a video showcasing. But regardless, seems like we are off to some good stuff here. I'm just going to pick up Elven Tools for lack of anything else really exciting me here. Honestly, at this point, I'd be fine with any treasures that these... like, we have the sweet little lance. That's really all that I'm looking for this game. And honestly, taking Masterwork Scrolls seems fine because it gives me more reasons to go for candy spells, which I do want to cast candy spells. If I rolled past any candy spells that turn, that was just because I wasn't paying attention because I was also doing commentary, but I definitely want to pick up as many candy spells as I possibly can because that is just really fantastic. And you know what? If I really want to go for some candy spells, maybe Twilight Sprinkles is the way to go. Oh, and she's an animal. Oh, beautiful. She is an animal here. All right, we're going to grab that. I did see the Candy Kiss. I'm not going to True Love's Kiss Twilight Sprinkles because this is probably the best card I could ask for. I could see tossing Jaws for Anna Bunny just to... Oh, we can toss this. This is a 4/4. We can toss this for Anna Bunny, and that's just a straight-up upgrade. Sure. Twilight Sprinkles will get the hunt if it attacks first. It does. Really good. Jaws goes down there. Again, yeah, I could be trying to just go for the Jaws Breaker, especially now that I have a Twilight Sprinkles. The most important thing here is that the Twilight Sprinkles is able to hunt every turn, and I get to cast a free candy spell and sweeten up my candy. I could grab a Candy Two-Headed Wizard here. Sugar Plum Fairy is already candy, but it is good. Candy Two-Headed Wizard is pretty funny, because as it scales, it will, scale itself. Okay, I think I'm sold on the Candy Two-Headed Wizard then. And now I can cast Ice Cream Party on Twilight Sprinkles, and all of my cards are either animals or candy because of the Two-Headed Wizard pickup. So yeah, giving all of my cards a whole bunch of stats and sweetening my candy looks like a pretty good deal to me. Two-Headed Wizard already at absolutely ridiculous numbers, and now when you cast a spell, it's getting +6/+6. And yeah, we're off to the races. I should just backline Jaws at this point. It is going to be totally fine if Jaws is the treasure that we wind up getting the Jaws Breaker. But no matter, I am happy not grabbing the treasure too. We're in full health. Candy Pandy seems pretty dang busted. We will be getting the Jaws Breaker this turn. We are also pretty close to Knight of the Holy Cane. Oh, or we go Midas Touch on Twilight Sprinkles and grab 2 candy spells each turn. Yeah, it's got to be that, unfortunately. And I don't know why that's unfortunate. Let's just, this is fine. Okay, Long John Silver's also pretty cool. I will keep this, actually, because I think it would be nice to have this as a True Love's Kiss target. At this point, I am just going to grab the Jaws Breaker as my rare candy treasure from Trash Pandy. Candy Pandy, we have only gotten 1 treasure from this. I mean, it's a ridiculous treasure to get. We've given all of our slots some pretty nice numbers, but it would be cool to get some more stuff. Now we're really going to be rolling with 2 free candy spells each turn, and we're just going to continue to pump up Twilight Sprinkles as much as possible. This does pump up Twilight Sprinkles. All right, sure. And then we have Goldilocks, which is insane. Okay, so do we want to toss the Two-Headed Wizard? Do we want to toss Long John Silver? This keeps a True Love's Kiss target. This just keeps a big card that is scaling and cool. Sure, we'll keep the big card that's scaling and cool, drop the pretense of True Love's Kissing, and then immediately find a double and double. I do like the Candy Cane Crook, of course. Was thinking about doing a Nixon impression here. Let's... what do we actually want to double and double? I guess we have to double and double this slot. Or we can't double and double this slot. We get to double and double 2 slots here. So I'm trying to figure out what is the second slot that I want to double and double because we have Goldilocks. And I think I will just pump up the Goldilocks' slot. So we do that like this. Maybe I should have pumped up the second slot. So there's some interesting stuff here where like Goldilocks, I think that was a mistake. Because I kind of want to throw Goldilocks here so that way I can make the first slot just like absolutely huge and then have a big Twilight Sprinkles. But I don't want to take a turn off of Twilight Sprinkles, so we're just going to go for this. We're now giving all of our slots +8 +7, and then an additional +5 +4, so what's that a total of? We're giving each slot +13 +11, and then Goldilocks is getting 5 times that, which is absolutely redonkulous. We'll pick up no, that was not a candy Goldilocks. Oh, if only we dipped that in. Well, actually, it doesn't matter. It doesn't scale by being a candy anyways. We'll put a bunch of treasure buffs on the next treasure that we pick up. Why not? Oh, wait, Baby Bear's an animal, or a candy. Oh, wow. Oh, Baby Bear's crazy good. That's better than Papa Bear. Okay, goodbye, Two-Headed Wizard. I liked some of the other things we were doing there, but a dip in chocolate on Baby Bear is nuts. We could take a Cheshire Cat. Honestly, I don't know how we field any of these things. I know we're playing all animals, and giving my animals +16 seems good. It's probably better than Hungry Hyena, but this just seems like a lot of fun too. I'm also tempted, now that I have so many candy synergies going on, to just gumdrop this. Yeah, let's just make sure it hits. And we are nearing the finals here. I am wondering... Sure, I'm going to do this. I think buffing this first slot once is just a really, really good use, and I don't want my opponents to scale up and leave me behind. It could have meant that Twilight Sprinkles got attacked into, but we are lucky enough to not have that happen, and now we can do this, and I'll keep the Goldilocks in the second slot. Candy Kiss, we have to cast it. Oh, that's a bummer. I am not... Okay, we're losing the Hyena because that's my worst card here, and it gives us a Candy Fill. That's pretty good. None of these are fantastic. I mean, Rose is fine, but am I tossing any of these cards? By the way, now I actually do want Goldilocks back in this slot, I think, so that way it's pumping up Fill. I think I'm just going to give all of my front row slots +3/+3. Let's do this, I suppose. And then Candy Mama Bear, are you kidding me? Are you absolutely kidding me? This is an insane game. What do I toss for Candy Mama Bear? It's got to be Puxatawny Phil. We're just going all in here on the Goldilocks with 2 different candy animals, candy bears even. We just need to make Papa Bear a animal, but even if we don't, this is still really, really good. Where do I want to put Goldilocks? Do I want to do one more turn of Goldilocks in slot 1? Sure, that seems fun. Okay, yeah, and these opponents are actually outscaling me a little bit here. Twilight Sprinkles only grabs a hunt on Athena. It is instead going to trade into Athena, and do I lose this fight? I do. Wow. Okay. All right, we lose half a heart. Honestly, I love it because that means we get to play more. I do like Friar Tuck here, but it doesn't seem like we are able to cut anything from this board. Now, having said that, I'm thinking about cutting Papa Bear for the Ship Shape Inspector. Papa Bear is my weakest card at this point, which is kind of crazy, but I'm really curious about something because, like I said, this is my first time playing with Candy Pandy. The first treasure we discover of each rarity becomes candy. I believe we already exhausted that on the Jaws Breaker, but if we didn't, then this might give us a candy treasure. So I just want to find that out, if nothing else. I don't think this will work. It does. Wow. Okay. Now we wind up finding 3 treasures here that all do not actually get a bonus for being candy. I don't believe Sweet Dragon Dice will give us sweet common treasures. That would be disgusting. That doesn't do anything. Get a bonus spell for every 6 of your characters that are KO'd. Is fine, and I don't really want to go for dragon, so I'll go for the sweet 6 shooter. That seems reasonable. We could go for Keeb here, or we could give all of my front row slots plus 17 plus 17. Sure, let's do that, and with Goldilocks in slot 1, that'll give a little bit more stats to Twilight Sprinkles. I am playing 1 animal down for this turn. I want to throw Shipshape Inspector right here, I think. And Twilight Sprinkles most likely grabbing the hunt. This is a little bit big. Oh no, we do grow again. So Twilight Sprinkles is able to grab the hunt against that huge card. And we do ultimately lose again to that Golden Shadow. That's going to be tricky, but the next character we recruit is Candy once again. Let's move this here while we randomly pump up slots. Okay. None of these as Candy are good. We could also Candy Kiss the Shipshape Inspector, and that's fine. It delays our choice, it sweetens our candy further, gives us a Candy Robin. Ooh, Candy Mockingbird is pretty good, actually. Giving the animal plus 125, and then we could potentially golden this later on. I do think that this is a reasonable pickup here. And we're buffing all of our slots, so Mockingbird is actually pretty solid for that. I think what I will start to look to do now is pump up one of these 2 backline slots, so that way Mockingbird can stay in the backline and get a bunch of slot buff value. For right now, Twilight Sprinkles is looking big enough that it is probably going to grab a 2-for-1 trade if it can attack into Shadowmancer and then eat the 2-headed dragon as well. Cool, now the 2-headed dragon does come back here, but we have enough stats to grab a tie. Cool, beautiful. Let's keep it going. Let's throw Goldilocks. You know what? This is big enough for now. Let's Scrumdiddlyumptious with Goldilocks in the back line. I do not have a mage. This is, for some reason, not a mage. So we will simply cast Eureka on it regardless. We have no uncommon treasures yet. So this will give us a Candy uncommon treasure. That could be sweet prized pig to just give all of our cards plus 22 plus 22. Your characters have this bonus, and then destroy this to get 2 random common treasures. Let's just not do that. Let's just pick up the sweet prized pig and just give everything a flat plus 22 plus 22. Yeah, I think I'm just keeping all of these things forever. Let's Starburst. And I might move Mockingbird to the back line at this point. So if I am going to move Mockingbird to the back line, I'm going to move it here, and I'm going to throw Goldilocks right here, so that way when this slot becomes bigger, I can switch these 2 and just make sure that Mockingbird gets to retain pretty big slot buffs. Twilight Sprinkles, I think we're scaling up well enough here. Yeah, this is good. Now Mama Bear trades with that, and now Shadow is going to trade with this 2-headed dragon again. Actually, it trades with the other thing. Papa Bear briefly makes an appearance before going down, and we actually grab a win there. That is fantastic. It looks like we are ready to win this lobby. If we win this fight, if we don't, then we get to play one more round. So either way, that sounds good. Mockingbird not grabbing too much of a bonus right now. Wait, actually it is, because the bait, never mind, it's not. Okay, it's getting a wee little bit of stats. Rolo is an animal? Is that true, or did I do something? Oh, it's a mage, and my mages are animals. That makes more sense. Let's cycle through picks. I'm sure we can find something better. Little upgrade on Mama Bear, why not? A double and double or a Golden Mockingbird. We've been playing for the Golden Mockingbird. I have to do it. But I also have to say, double and double is fantastic. So if you didn't quite catch what I did last time, what you can do is you double double, always cast it on your biggest slot, but then wherever you put Goldilocks in, that slot would then also get a plus 700 bonus. So double and double is not bad. But I am worried that in order to beat Shadow, this is what I'm looking for. Honestly, I think we won the last fight. We're probably outscaling my opponent for this fight no matter what we do. This gives us a Candy Epic Treasure. Okay, that is the deciding factor. We can go for a sweet Rainbow Bridge here to give... Basically, all three of these will get the bonus every single turn, and then either Twilight Sprinkles or Mockingbird will get it, because both of those are epic. So that seems pretty good to me. We can finish off with 3 wrappers full, or we can grab Baby Bear and keep going. I think that another candy treasure when I've already got this big of candy is a pretty nice pickup here still. I can either just give my golden characters a buff, or let's just give everything the buff here. I'll pick up a sweet twin shot to wrap up our Candy Pandy game and wrap up my introduction to the December Once Upon a Galaxy season. This has been a pretty fantastic game, I do have to say, and didn't even need the Mockingbird at the end of it. It's going to end this final fight completely untouched, and that was my very first game with Candy Pandy. Last season, or it was kind of like a break because of the introduction of Candylar, but if you haven't already caught it, I did videos somewhat similar to this for all of the new Candylar captains, and I think I'll do it again and have a little playlist for all of the free new releases for the month of December. For today, though, that is going to be it for me. Thank you guys very much for watching. Oh, you know what? Sorry, let me do one quick thing. Is just look at all of these cards. Plus 50. Plus 50 when you combine both of these. Plus 50 every turn, which means this is getting like ridiculous numbers. Pretty sweet. Plus 36 for each animal that KO'd. Wow. Yeah, this is just a fully candied board. All of my treasures are candy too, because why not? And, oh, that's right. Sweet twin shot I picked up from the other thing. And then, yeah, the sweet little lance, giving all of my slots plus 25 each turn. Absolutely fantastic. That is going to be it for me today. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm NoLucksGiven. Peace.